So Johnny Millennium from the Happy Console Gamer and I have been playing a little Super Mario Odyssey, and we discussed the idea of us reviewing the game together. It's been a fun year playing and seeing all kinds of stuff with you.
There's been so many incredible games this year. It's been hard to keep up,
yes.
and it's been ramping up to this game.
Absolutely. Well, Super Mario Odyssey, for those that don't know, is the big 3D open world kind of explorathon that Nintendo has crafted for their new machine, the Nintendo Switch. It's one of the biggest games of the year for this platform, and what blows me away is that it's out in the same year that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild
I know,
was out.
We're so lucky these days, and both of these games are very, very good.
Yes.
Very, very good.
We'll start with that, for sure.
Yeah, let's start. Okay, so the build-up has been going crazy. Everybody's been wondering, how is this going to live up? You know, is it going to be the next biggest Mario game?
Yeah.
Let me say the last few Mario games, I've enjoyed.
Yes.
But they haven't been Mario 64, and for me, I don't know what it was like for you. Mario 64 was a game-changing game.
That, for a long time, was my favorite game of all time.
Yes.
That was a game that, and I've told this story before, but it was a game that I bought the Japanese import in Los Angeles, and we were driving back to Vancouver, and I had a little video camera because the N64 couldn't hook up to the old, you know, the sort of twist-in connectors on hotel TVs.
Right.
So I had to plug it into my little video camera, and I played Super Mario 64 on a 2-inch screen in black and white.
And it was still
good. It was amazing, and I was so transported. And then, of course, I got the North American version. But I love that game. I also love Super Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. I thought that game was
and a lot of people
fun.
didn't like it, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And I had Charles Martinet in my living room drinking wine, and I asked him, I said, what is your favorite Mario game? And he's like, oh, I can't say, I love them all. I said, what's your most nostalgic? And he said, Super Mario Sunshine. And that
had a lot to do in that game.
Yeah, that was a good game, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like it. The platforming wasn't for them. And then since then, we've got a few more Mario games.
Yeah, and the Galaxy games have been awesome, and I like the 3D Land and the 3D World and Super Mario Maker. All that stuff is great, but I have always wanted to go back into this more sort of 3D open world type of experience, and you get to go and explore and sort of. There's two words that kept going back and forth in my head as I was playing Super Mario Odyssey and thinking about Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild was about mystery. It was a mysterious game.
It was all about discovery. That's what it was really about.
But this game is about discovery as well. But the word that I think applies the best to Super Mario Odyssey is surprise. It feels to me like the developers were coming up with different, unique ideas for each of the kingdoms that you go to surprise you.
I have a word for this game as well.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Flow.
Right.
Gameplay flow.
Yeah.
Because the flow of playing the game, the gameplay, and discovering those secrets flow so beautifully and seamlessly. You're never going, oh, I'm stuck. You're always flowing to the next thing. You're always discovering stuff from one bit to the next. You go around a corner, just like in Zelda. Yeah. There's always something around the corner.
But even more so than Zelda. I mean, one of the things is that it's concentrated with stuff to do.
Well, the level is built with they want you to explore and discover. It's made with that in mind.
And a lot of variety as well, because suddenly, one of the big things here is character possession, so you can take control of different things, like including manholes and New Donk City and little pegs that are stuck into buildings that will let you flick up to different areas.
You can basically turn into anything in this game, and that is one of the core gameplay mechanics of this.
Which is amazing, because, I mean, you've been able to transform and have new abilities in Mario games in the past. You could fly, you could get the Tanuki suit and things like that. But I think they've taken a page from Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, where Yoshi transformed into these vehicle types and explored the game in different ways. And they've just gone to the nth degree with this.
Well, I remember Miyamoto years ago saying, we're talking in the GameCube era, saying, I want to see Mario in like a military suit. I want to see Mario in this. And I remember the uproar on the internet going, oh my God, you're changing our favorite iconic character. And even I was a little nervous. I'm like, Mario is in the military?
Yeah.
And this game
He is in the military. He gets into a tank in this game.
He becomes a tank.
I know.
But honestly, you see what their dream was back then. They're doing it now.
Yeah.
And it works. We have to bring this up. Mario and human beings. I remember everybody saying, what the hell? And he turns into them as well.
Yeah.
It's so unusual that it works.
Weird. Well, all of it is like that.
Yeah.
The whole game is like that. And if you look at the subversive, crazy, whacked out dreamscape of the Mario games in general, anything goes.
Yeah.
That's always been the case. I don't know if anything goes to this degree though in this game.
They pushed it out there. Yeah.
They really did, and like the variety that you have from you're a dinosaur, and then you are a human in New Donk City, and then there's this luncheon kingdom where your food.
Oh yeah.
You're like a big pile of meat for a minute, and I don't want to spoil too much.
We both finished the game.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about the length and all of that stuff, but we're not gonna spoil the game. That's the one big thing we want to say.
It was that constant sort of surprise, and I agree with you. This flow,
a sense of wonder and flow.
You don't want to let go of the controls.
Not at all.
And that, I think, could be a little problematic when you talk about the game flow or the game length, because you can kind of burn through the worlds and what you're doing is you're collecting power moons to power up your Odyssey, the ship that allows you to travel from kingdom to kingdom.
Yeah.
And you can see that stuff relatively quickly. Now, you're not going to find everything.
Yeah, you can get all the moons and go to the next place really easy.
Yes.
But there's a lot more moons out there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coins to pick up, and that's another gameplay feature is that you can pick up just yellow coins or purple coins, and you can buy items with those coins. So that's an unusual new thing that you can do with coins. Yeah. And also your coins are your lives.
Yeah, that was cool too, right?
Yes.
Suddenly they have a lot more value than they've had before, and you accumulate a tremendous amount of wealth in
here. But you can spend it all as well.
But you do spend it, and boy, don't you want to unlock all of those costumes. Isn't it fun every time Mario pops out in a new outfit, right?
And usually he has a theme for that world.
Yes.
And they always really want you to embellish that theme. Like, you can't do this until you get that thing.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, I'll go and get it. And then you get a surprise. Obviously, a moon. And that's the thing in this game. Moon. That's all you're getting all of the time. You're like, I need another moon.
Yeah.
I need another moon. I've only got 20. I need another, bunch.
Which is kind of a crazy kind of lift on what they did with the stars in Super Mario 64. They only gave you, I think, about 104 in that game, if my math is correct. And in this game, you get way more than 104 moons that you have to go and chase.
And
some of them are very easy to collect, and some of them are insufferably difficult.
And that's what we have to say. We're going to say the game length for yourself and for myself, we finished it separately, was about the same, but that's getting the minimum amount of moons to burn through the game.
Wanted to see everything, right? Both you and I wanted to get wanted to see what the game has to kind of offer, but we didn't see everything.
No, there's no way.
Right? And there's tons of other moons to collect. There's tons of other collectibles. There's tons of costumes and outfits, and you can buy souvenirs for your Odyssey. You can plaster it with stickers from all the kingdoms that you're going to explore. It is a massive amount of collection in this game.
It is, but for us, it took us 15 hours to get through.
Yeah, 15, 20.
But that is gun-ho blasting through it.
Yeah.
I was sitting with my friends on Saturday night. We played 9 hours straight and just destroyed through the game.
I don't think is it's going to be hard not to play the game because it's excellent, right? It's so fun to play. It's so buttery smooth, and it's constantly rewarding you with joy and fun, and
the gameplay is just so easy to control. I think it's the best controlling Mario game I've ever played.
And I want to talk about the Cappy controls too in a second.
Get to that.
But it's going to be hard not to burn through it, but I kind of implore you when you get this game, and I suspect if you get a Switch, you will get this game.
You should get this game.
Don't chew it up that fast. Savor it a little bit, Spend some time in each kingdom because you'll enjoy it even more.
Suck it all in. Take it all in.
Yes.
And we were going at it from a reviewing point of view.
I know, and it kind of sucks, right?
It kind of sucks.
Yes.
We destroyed the game, but here's the good news.
Yeah.
There's tons
to
so much
to
do, and we can't talk about a little bit of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to this game.
Yeah.
That we can't spoil that. We're not going to say anything like that.
And honestly, it's so fun that it's eminently replayable as well. And I suspect, Nintendo has created all these different modules and all these different things that snap together in this game that I suspect if there is DLC planned, I have no idea if there is or not.
No, that's not anything that's mentioned.
But I suspect that this game would be sort of an open book for fantastic extra content.
Extra levels and stuff? That'd be cool.
And also knowing how Nintendo bakes in secrets forever. People find things years and years and years after these games come out. There's probably some hidden stuff in here that will just blow your mind.
But you don't need, we're not saying that this game needs DLC. It doesn't, because what we're saying is we love this game so much that we want more.
Yeah.
And there is more. And I'm going to go home and do more. I got so much more to do.
Yeah, and I've been playing this thing, we've gone to movies and stuff together. I've carried this everywhere. I've been playing it on the bus. I've been playing it before bed, like in handheld mode, but I've also been playing it on the big screen. It looks phenomenal. I don't think it's as majestic and mysterious as Zelda is.
Well, I think it's a different type of style
game.
It is
a different type of
game.
But there is a tremendous amount of beautiful detail in this thing, like embers that will fly around and you know, incredible snow and cloud effects.
Beautiful effects, beautiful levels, all very different.
And amazing music.
Really nice music. Some infuriating music, just like in the old days on the snow levels when you'd be going down in Mario 64 and you'd be hearing that music and you'd be screaming.
Well, especially on the redos. Oh, do that again.
Oh my God. Oh my God. The cowboy music in this drives me completely. I'm like, but it's the levels.
One of the things that I love the most about this, obviously, this is a game that really wants to acknowledge and tip its hat, no pun intended, to the nostalgia
That's
of Mario.
Exactly what I just wanted to bring up. I saw characters that I haven't seen in Foreverland.
Oh, it's great, man.
It's wonderful.
And the 2D segments are so marvelous.
Beautiful.
And one of the great touches there is that whatever costume you enter into those 2D experiences,
there's 8-bit versions of
There's
an
8-bit version of it. And you know, you collect an 8-bit moon on some of those things, and the music turns into 8-bit variations, and it's so cool, man.
Even my wife was watching, and she's just like, this game is incredible. Like, she just saw the gameplay, the sense that, I know we're going on about it, but it really is
it deserves
that sense of discovery.
Yes.
I know you do this, and then all of a sudden you look up there and you're like, I can go up there. I mean, it's so much fun.
Talk about the hat. Cappy. Talk about the hat dynamic, because we've never. I mean, Nintendo is so smart. They turned Mario's hat into a character.
They also, you know, they've had this before. They had the flood back in Mario Sunshine. And people were a little lukewarm with that, where the hat mechanic really works because it's a part of Mario.
And there are a couple of pieces in the game for a couple of reasons where you don't have the hat for a second. And holy crap, do you miss it immediately?
Isn't it weird? Because it is kind of like it's a weapon that you can just shoot at enemies.
And you can jump off of it, and you can extend how far you can go, and it is so.
And you use it to turn into other enemies.
It's so elegant and so powerful, and such a wonderful combination. And obviously, you can play 2-player, where one person plays as Cappy and one plays
controls as Mario.
But it is such a cool idea, and now it's part of lore. It feels like, right?
It's like we're gonna have a Mario game without the hat? Is that possible?
I know.
I'm attached to it, no pun intended.
Yes, no, and I think they did an amazing job with that. And they give you an amazing amount of, you know, different kinds of environments to play and different kinds of enemies to encounter.
Yeah, and not recycled enemies over and over and over again. You go to a level, brand new everything.
Yes.
Like, I could turn into creatures under the ocean. I'm like, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
And that opens up an entire other section of the game.
And that was what Super Mario 64 was so brilliant at, right? Like, that was the first 3D kind of game design like that.
Mario.
Yes, where you had the analog control and everything was so slick and smooth, and then you play it for a bit and you go, oh my God, you can do that? You can do this? You can do that? And that's what this game does too. And it's so hard to imagine how Nintendo's able to do that again and again and again, but they've done it again with this.
They've done it again. If you guys have been excited about this game, you are going to be fulfilled. It's everything that you want. I was not let down at all.
Me neither.
I was blown away. So, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I think the big question is on a lot of people's minds, do you like it more than Zelda?
No.
I don't either.
No, but I really like that open world RPG-ness of Zelda.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more open world. There's a lot more to do in Zelda.
Yep.
But there's a lot of stuff to do. It's hard to compare them.
They're very different games.
And they always were, even back in the day.
Absolutely.
And as you started this off, what a wonderful year. Zelda is awesome. Mario is awesome.
And they're kind of reinventing some stuff with some real connections to the past of both franchises, and it makes me so freaking excited to see what they're going to do with Metroid, and to see what they're going to do with Pokemon on the Switch, and to see what they're going to do
Mother
with
3, which come on, get on that one.
And you know, presumably a Donkey Kong, presumably another Star Fox down the road. Like, this is a pretty amazing era.
It isn't just Mario 64 again. It's a Mario today.
It's modernized.
It's modernized, and it's done really exceptionally well.
Yeah, you're really going to be impressed with this title. What are you going to give Super Mario Odyssey?
It's an easy one, 9 out of 10. And I'm only saying not a 10 out of 10 because I wanted more.
Right.
And I wanted more and more. And I ended it, I'm like, damn, and there's a lot to do, but, you know.
I'm still giving this a 10. I still think this is the best platforming you can get out there, and this is the pinnacle of it, and congrats to Nintendo. It's amazing.